Get the limited edition signed poster by donating $100. Your donations will support the hardworking team who made the UBC a reality. Thank you so much.
How good is your backgammon? Prove yourself by downloading the new Backgammon Galaxy app for free. Play against players from all over the world, get a Galaxy rating, and see how you rank among the stars. See you in the Backgammon Galaxy app.
Subscribe to the Galaxy newsletter and get tournament info, product news, special discounts, community updates, free content, and much more. Book your room for the Backgammon World Championship and Monte Carlo Open. Limited rooms available and only 500 room nights, so hurry up and book now. Join the UBC 2023 Contender Tournament and the Istavder Tournament.
Nick Blazier here. Buy my book. It's available on Amazon now. An intuitive approach to match study. Skip the numbers and the calculations and develop your score feel.
Coming soon. Backgammon Masterclass by Super-Grandmaster Masayuki Mochizuki and Grandmaster Mark Olsen. Subscribe to the Galaxy newsletter to get information about the book launch. Visit the Galaxy shop for luxury backgammon boards and accessories, designed by players for players. New board, Primal, limited edition, only 10 boards made. Order now. Improve your backgammon skills by reading the best books on the market. Available on Amazon. Links in the description below.
What's up, Backgammon fans? This is Mark Olsen and Nick Blazier here. It's the UBC final. We are heading into match 7, and Mochy has done a comeback. He was down 7-1, and now it's 7-5. To SANDER. So a really good, powerful comeback here from Mochy. And I think we're happy, right, Nick? Because we're going to get more excitement going on.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't want to be rooting for either player, but I am rooting for more backgammon, and this is exactly what we needed to have a match. So we're playing a best of 12, 2 points available in each match, just as a reminder there. So SANDER needing 6 more points, match wins and PR wins, and Mochy needing 8 more to lock it, which leaves them now SANDER all the way down to 60% to win outright, about 20% for Mochy to win it outright, and 20% of the time they'll tie and land at 12-12, and it'll go to the PR tiebreaker.
Yeah.
So yeah, real tight one. And I don't know, maybe today is going to be Mochy's day, and we're going to see a 7-1 run like that on the other side, right?
It looks like 2019 all over again, where SANDER comes out blazing on day 1, outplaying Mochy, winning the matches, and then on day 2 he just, I don't know what happens, and then Mochy comes out playing like a god, so that's been the same narrative. Maybe SANDER can break that narrative here in match 7. Let's see, but I'm a little bit worried on SANDER's behalf.
They've had tough matches, and Mochy's still playing well outside of his range, I guess, in the mid to high 3s, I think, in these first 2 matches. But SANDER even further out of there. Yeah, the 2 worst PRs of the lineup so far in a 4.5 and a 4.8. Which, by the way, when I get those, I'm happy. Yeah, really tough matches for him, and so the scoreline is still, I think, it's 3 PR points each, right? But SANDER still has a big advantage in match wins, still winning 4-2 there. So keeping the lead based on that, basically. But even though the PR points are tied, SANDER's still coming in with the better average, right? So the tiebreak kind of is in his favor right now.
Yeah, SANDER's still ahead by a small margin on the average PR, which will be the deciding factor in case the match ends 12-12. So the average PR does matter, and like you just calculated, Nick, with your coin flip calculator, what was it, 20% of the time from here, it actually ends up at a draw at 12-12?
Yeah, this is assuming they're perfectly matched, of course, right? That it's perfect 50-50 in the matches and in the PR point. But if that's the case, then a full 20% of the time they should land exactly at 12-12. Yeah.
So it could be the deciding factor. Very well, Nick. Well, should we get to it?
Yeah, I'm ready for more backgammon. Let's go.
Good, let's go. So here we see the scoreboard. SANDER still leading slightly on the average PR.
Couldn't be much closer, though. Definitely after Mochy running on absolute fumes at the end of day 2 as far as winning chances went. And now it's fairly evenly matched. You know what? 2 more points for him and it'll be dead even.
Cut that in half.
We'll see how the The Koonman effect is going on here too. Who distracts more?
I think Sander might have just made another bet with Koonman, actually. It sounded like it.
And you owe me like 1,000 games.
How do you figure that out?
Because we got a contract.
From when?
Every time I come, it's like 100 games. You know, there was 100 games.
Oh.
You want me to find print? Just
It looks like Sander realizes he's having trouble and is getting the beer back in the action, huh? Got to calm the nerves there? Is that what that is there?
100 games.
I think
This is what everyone rooted for, right?
Yeah, that's the first beer. I mean, this might be danger for Mochy, because might be exactly what Sander needs to get back in the swing.
Nope.
Securing side action as well before they get started with the match in hand.
No. Oh, what? I didn't see your roll.
That's my
6, 5, 3, 4 for you.
6-4.
He's having trouble reading the opening roll, remembering backgammon rolls. Let's see how this goes for him.
Yeah, the first beer of the UBC final. I mean, this might be trouble for Mochy, because Sander, we see him more energized, actually. And
He's running with the racing lead, with the better board, everything like this. Good duplication, but yeah, I'm with you.
good play from Mochy.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe some other players might get more rattled by that. For whatever reason, I think Mochy just less susceptible to that. I think he's going to play his game no matter what.
Yeah.
Very focused individual in general, yeah. 4-1 returns fire. Small advantage for Mochy in this game.
I like that expression, by the way. Returns with fire. What is that? 5-3. Uh-huh.
Can't hit anything somehow. I guess it's maybe we just enter low to not provoke contact. But on the 20 is nice to cover the outfield for that blot hanging out up there. That's tricky. I would probably find this play B here with 13-8 and just stay sort of safe for a roll.
Yeah, it is very close, as we can see.
Feels scary to go for the double split
Thanks
or the
for the
triple
beer, John.
split into a blitzing structure here too.
I think it's because Sander at least has a 2-point board himself. And Sander doesn't have a priming formation. He also has a blitz formation. So this is like a blitz versus blitz formation.
That's a good find.
Good find by Sander. Really good find.
Mochy gonna pause to think about the cube. It doesn't feel like enough threat to me yet here. And yeah,
No.
yeah, okay.
It's a bit early. That's a
Oh,
good
threes could
roll.
lose the market pretty easy though.
Yeah.
This one
Sander-
was going to be in big trouble whether he triple split or not, so I think he's okay with his play.
Yeah, Sander needs to come in here. He does come in. Oh, that's the perfect
And
entry.
hits, I think that's enough to play this game, but Mochy with a huge structural advantage probably has a cube here.
Okay, it's close. I was
Yeah.
about to say, I think this might not even be a cube, but as we can see, it is a cube, but it's a very small one, since Mochy is on the bar. But as Nick
Right.
just said, he has a great positional advantage here. Sander's ace point is very ugly, but Mochy has one ugliness to his position as well, and that's the stack on the midpoint.
Yeah, no outfield presence, no 8-point anything like this. So it'll be a little hard to bring home, but the 4-point board, the made 5-point, all these things, they're likely to persist as an advantage for the rest of the game. So it just feels like a pretty pure positional cube, and very little market loss maybe, you know. But
And what are the market losers here? It might be a 6-5 from the bar. It might be a 2-2 that can point shift.
Sure.
It might be a 5-1 that makes the golden point, and Sander not being able to follow up with something really good.
I think just entering and coming down from the midpoint and not being hit back could be a sequence that's good enough, really.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
like a random 4-3 or something like this.
sure.
Where-
Maybe
where-
a 4-2 is actually really strong here.
4-2 is a pretty good roll. Yes.
Yeah. So I think it's just things like this, and really the way that I find that is just the long-term structural advantage, right? That's always
Yeah.
going to be there, whatever happens.
Good find by
4-2,
Mochy.
here we
There is
go.
the 4-2. Yeah, and unless Sander can roll something constructive here, I think he
Oh,
does.
3 is great.
I
Yeah,
think that 3 probably makes Mochy regret doubling.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's a good one.
Now we don't wish to have sent the cube. Can't make an outfield point, so it's Really needs to do that somehow. I think we just have to clean up the blot, but he needs some way to establish like the 9-8-7 something to come home here.
Yeah. But at least Mochy has a builder to play with in his 6-point now. Before they were all stacked up on the midpoint.
Yeah.
This is much more flexible. A much more flexible position for Mochy.
Race pretty dead for SANDER, so just hoping for contact. I guess he can come out and challenge a stripped mid with such a weak board now, maybe. What else do we have? Attacking on the ace with no follow-up seems a little weak.
Yeah, okay, the computer seems to favor 2 down, which is the ultra flexible move.
Yeah.
He does find the 3. That's a good play, Mochy. This one, yeah. I mean, he ensures that he will get the maximum amount of counter shots from the bar in case like SANDER rolls a 5-1 and decides to hit.
This is a tricky one to find, though, I think. I think we're seeing the importance of having that 8-point or something with these top 2 plays. We need some sort of bridge to get home here. But the hits, while they're scary for SANDER, they do turn around the race, so it's not like they're free, you know? It's scary to leave the blot a little bit, but I guess the 4-point board to 2-point board makes it possible for now.
That's it. That's exactly right. The inner board advantage for Mochy here is great, which enables him to make a bold play.
Ooh,
I'm not even sure SANDER has to hit, by the way, on many of his 4s. So
right. Having the 5-point is a big improvement. Now Mochy just hoping to cover that 8-point or make the 7 would be fine. Yeah, that'll work.
Yes.
Yep.
Nice roll from Mochy.
Big step in the right direction, and SANDER's position really stripped now. I'm not sure what he's going to be able to do with this. Yeah, playing 2 behind seems like the difficult safe play to make. Hard to see volunteering a shot against the 4-point board other than just that we're about to have to volunteer a shot next time anyway.
Yeah. I think most players would play this play that SANDER's playing.
Right.
But as we could see, the coming down from the midpoint with 2 was actually equally good.
And it creates the perfect time for Mochy to run here. Would have been a lot harder had he played 2 down. 6-4 definitely plays different.
That's right. Good play by Mochy. There is a hitting play available, but I'm not sure SANDER's going to make that play. 13-4.
It really hurts to have to bury a checker on the ace and make the deuce like this, but I don't think we can afford it.
No, we can't afford it. That's the way to go, SANDER. It's ugly, it's painful, but we just got to do it. Good play. Yeah, look at this.
A little more to hit.
Look at his physical, emotional reaction to making that play. He didn't like it, but he knew that was the only way to go.
Now I'm looking for some way that Mochy can take more advantage of these like impurity and blots and board, but I don't really see it. 6-3 also hurts to play, but I don't think volunteering a shot against the 4-point board. Yeah, and it doesn't look too bad because of our boardage and that he has to leave the anchor, but again, SANDER does have something. If he hits back now against a 4-point board, half the time roughly, right? We fan and we can turn the game around quickly.
I mean, my style, my preference would always be to play pure here and play 11-8, but it is a little bit scary because SANDER does have a 4-point board now.
Yeah.
And a hit and a fan could swing the game. But I mean, SANDER has a crunch in his front position with that buried checker on the ace point and that blot on his 3-point, so...
Right. We should have time to hit that or just make an anchor, right? So, it does seem reasonable.
Mochy is spending a good chunk of his time bank here in this move.
Yeah.
Okay, he makes the pure play. It was very close between them.
6-1 can't hit. I think it's going to have to release the mid next.
Yeah, he has to. We really see the power of Mochy's 7-point. 2 times in a row now, SANDER has been unable to free that back checker on the 24-point.
Even though it's creating more contact, he doesn't have the time to hold it, so would definitely prefer to run off that right now. The ace is going to hit. Beautiful shot from Mochy, and then maybe just flood the outfield. Is there any reason to stay on board?
He's definitely not scared of a back game here because SANDER doesn't have the timing to play a back game, so there's no reason to go down and hit on the ace point. Just play positionally. And it seems that the best
play. Doing good work now at the bar point. Like we said, he really needs that as like a bridge home for the rest of these checkers. So, yeah, would be giving up quite a bit to break that to hit. Oh, he goes for the back shot. No such luck with it. Okay, okay. This time we'll go for the ace.
Oh, yes. This is a different story. Now it's a blitz attack.
Yeah,
beautiful roll, actually.
Here.
A lot of gammons. Mochy is continuing his momentum.
Wow, and Sanders struggling to get anything going. Brings out the beer, brings out the backhand roll and everything, and just nothing's making it work.
But he does seem more energized, I have to admit. And he's playing us at I think he's playing around a 0 PR so far in the first game.
Very true. Hard to see anything other than 2 in there. I'm not sure why must be some set sort of, I don't know, or another crossover in the outfield, who knows. Just making the 11 seems like a nice tight way to bring this home.
Yeah, the 11 point is still out of direct range, so...
Right, sure, 2 crossovers can't be too bad either.
No, that's also fine.
4-5, I think it's got to hop
really?
out right now. Does it have to play the ace? Wow.
Oh, you have to play to the ace
Too
point.
many gammons. That's hard, and we're just not winning this anyway. Oof.
Yes, I think this
That's
is
a difficult find.
It's because the gammon rates are in that gray area where you might lose a gammon if you're a little bit unlucky. And
The best
I mean,
we can do with this is just make the bar point and keep everything in front of the checkers now.
Yeah,
he just quickly plays behind though. Okay.
Small inaccuracy from Mochy there.
Yeah.
I think he has to come out now. No, he still doesn't have to
No,
come
I love
out.
this because we got to get the 4-point board back, right? And
Yeah,
now we
okay.
have no blots on board. If we get an indirect, we're ready.
Good argument, good argument. And I think it's the same thing with regards to the gammons. You really don't want to get hit here because...
Oh, and he hits
Whoa! Sander hits. Okay. There's a little bit of winning chances here for Sander. 21%, and that just went up after Mochi dancing. 3-2. You got to liberate back checkers here.
Flooding the outfield. Okay, I spoke too soon.
Sander's up to 26% winning chances here. I mean, he could still lose a gammon, of course, if Mochi hits a shot.
No need to come into direct range. I think the 2 days to keep the distribution. Yeah.
What is Sander hoping for here? Double fours. I think you need to come out from... Yeah, okay. Oh, this is a difficult one over the board. There are so many combinations here. But we get to see the computer analysis recommending playing 13 to 5 and then bringing out the rear checkers to the 17 point.
Well, we hate to leave those 6 shots with the checker 7 away. And so maybe reestablishing the midpoint and leaving a checker would be nice, but then we have to bury like 5 days or something like that.
Exactly, that's the problem.
Yeah.
When we would like to reestablish the midpoint, but then what about the last 4?
Right.
So it seems that the best we can do, because first priority is to not get hit.
This is an understandable alternative if he goes for it. But it's so nice to be like, to have this contact 11 pips away blocked.
Yeah,
so we can't get to it, yeah.
That's the play, Sander. This is impressive.
Really needs to find this, yeah.
If he can find this, it's a really important one. I mean, double fours always comes with blunder potential. So you need to have some time bank available so you can consider all the combinations.
Yeah, we do love that 21 to 17 is part of it because it gets 11 pips away from that checker. Being right in that 11, 12, 13 range really maximizes how many shots we get on the next roll and our opponent tries to escape past. So
That's right.
You can very visually see that if we just played everything from the outfield, we just have like
good play, Sander.
Well found. Yeah.
Exactly. He that's right. The outfield control is really nice here. Okay, Mochi says he doesn't want any of it. Just want to finish him as quick as possible.
But gammons left, but not too many.
3% gammons here.
Oh, aces will help.
Okay, so that just went up a bit. 2-1, it just went up a bit further. We might be up to 10% gammon now.
It's like it was destiny.
Yeah.
The 4 doesn't help. I guess it's going to come off the 5, yeah.
11.3%. Yeah. 11.3% gammons.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, there we go. Sander bringing it home, saving the gammon.
Yeah, the crossover unclear here. Still 0.1% gammons.
How does that work though? It's 2 high doubles, 2-1, 2-1. Yeah, they just went to 0%, I think.
Still 2 more sets. Okay, now it's 0% though. 2 crossovers is going to be good enough.
Does Sander have any winning percentages here? It's a gin position. No. Oh yeah, Sander can take off in 4 rolls. Yeah, there it is. And because of the quote-unquote gentleman rule, whenever there's a gin position, they have to surrender and not game the system for more decisions.
Coming soon. Backgammon Masterclass by Super-Grandmaster Masayuki Mochizuki and Grandmaster Mark Olsen. Subscribe to the Galaxy newsletter to get information about the book launch.
Look at that PR race there, too.
Oh, wow,
0.08.
beautiful. Yeah,
Near perfect for Sander.
yes. And near perfect for Mochy as well.
I've seen him at trailing scores always switch to the aggressive play, even at 708 5-way, so slot incoming, yeah.
It's a 9 millipoint inaccuracy, but Sander elects to go for the offensive opening.
Mochy gets to make the 5 here because there's a blot on board, the indirects will leave a direct shot, so...
That's right. That's right. And then Sander gets a decision.
Yeah, what does he do with this? I guess, oh, can he, I can't see splitting and covering. Can't see making the bar when the 5's available. I guess we have like a lead in one game plan if we hit, which is the race.
I think we have to hit because Mochy established an advanced anchor. If it wasn't an advanced anchor, our priming game plan would be more attractive. But given the fact that Mochy established an advanced anchor, which is an anchor on the 21 point, 20 point, or 18 point, our priming game plan is not as attractive, and therefore we have to just hit and go for more of a racing-oriented game plan.
Oh, he survives it. I think we just hop out. I don't see any reason to give a direct 6 on the bar here, especially when we don't come out into direct range.
He has a nice duplication here as well.
Yeah.
It's the
And
3.
somehow Mochy coming out of this sequence on the back foot too. I was thinking that he was just clearly leading with the structure. Very interesting.
Another decision for Sander. This time, however, this time you have to make the 5 point.
And we can link up the back checkers too, so it's
Yes.
nice in a lot of ways, yeah.
That's
Two
right.
As well.
The best play here, making the 5 and stepping up to the 22 point. Exactly,
Yeah.
does exactly what Nick says. It improves your overall position in multiple ways. And that's
He also
typically
already has the racing lead with the weaker board now, and so the hitting is just worth less at this point.
That's right. And it's a less strong hit because you're gaining fewer pips and you're not removing a prime builder like he was in the previous decision. That's a weird deuce.
Yeah,
That's a
it
blunder.
feels strange to
What?
step into that stack, so he just must not
That's
have the
why.
concept.
Oh,
Yeah,
but that was an
that's-
ugly play, Sander.
Yeah.
I didn't like that play at all. He
4
must
rounds
have had
10?
he had the wrong idea here. He thought that it was not going to be good to step up with a deuce, but that's exactly where you want to be. You want to be on the 22 point with your
That's a
rear
nice
checker.
3-1 for him. Yeah, it must just not have really like crossed his mind as an option, I'm guessing. It looked like the kind of play where he didn't look at it, you know?
No, I think he looked at it. I just think he had the wrong idea in his mind. That can, if you have the wrong idea about a play, then it's tough.
Recovers, makes the anchor in front of that stack of 5, so things looking pretty equalized now after Mochy in a clear commanding lead. But he improves the position, okay, still a little bit favorite.
6-2. That looks like the right idea from Sander. You don't want to run from your 21 point anchor.
Simple,
middle game.
close, mutual holding game. I think the
2 down.
midpoint goes next because it's too close.
Yeah.
And then Mochy will start. Both of them are going to be happy to build points behind the anchor to get ready for that contact that's almost certainly going to decide this game.
Yes, exactly.
I mean,
Usually
doubles.
the midpoint goes before you start burying checkers. So the only way here for Mochy to preserve his flexibility would be to let go of the midpoint.
Yeah. And there's not enough
Yeah.
race or board
Exactly.
advantage or anything like this to think about something like leaving the anchor in any way. This can just make the ace point. I think it could also start the deuce. Yeah.
Okay,
seems-
Sandra elects to make the ace point, which wow, double sixes. Big
That's a
advantage
winner.
for Mochy. And Mochi's leading on the PR now again, since Sander made that silly blunder with the 3-2.
Yeah.
Now the race is important. Okay, Mochy probably has a running pip count here.
Yeah.
And Sander just insta passes, which is it's a huge pass with 23 pips. Pip lead for Mochy. The only way you could mess that up is if you have an incorrect pip count.
Nick Blazier here. Buy my book. It's available on Amazon now. An intuitive approach to match study. Skip the numbers and the calculations and develop your score feel. Ooh, I just noticed the music in the background of that ad too.
Yeah, it's a great ad. So
Wasn't too
guys,
bad.
if you haven't already bought Nick's book, go to Amazon and get a copy.
Ooh, big opening for Sander. Okay, likely to have a cube incoming here unless
This
Mochy can anchor somewhere.
This might be a cube actually. At Money Game,
Yeah.
this isn't a cube. after your opponent
bit
doesn't.
shy.
Yeah, it's a little bit shy after your opponent doesn't dance. But at this score, 7-way, 4-way, I think we should cube, Nick. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's enough. I think we're not worried about recube vig. We're worried about losing our market more. This is enough of an adjustment, you know. Yeah, I
Look at
think
this.
right on the borderline there.
Borderline decision for Sander. Okay, he elects to
gonna
play
skip by it.
precise.
Too easy of a decision for Mochy. Yeah. So, this, I don't think we're under any pressure to split yet against those towers.
Is that the right 3? No, that's not the right 3, Sander.
I
That's
don't know.
not
I
the,
think
the right 3. Why would, if you hit with the 4, the 3s definitely shouldn't go there. It's much better to unstack and come down. So this 3 only makes sense if you want to split your back checkers. Then it makes sense to
well,
play
you can
this
play
3.
13 and 9 and just leave indirects, but there's so many of them that it might as well just hit loose. I think he's going to see that when he starts to look for his 4.
Yeah, he has to hit loose here. It's a natural play, 6-2 with a hit, because you can unstack the midpoint with a 3 and bring another, the 9th builder into the zone, which is actively working on the open 4 point. So it's just this is an easy play for me. I mean...
Interesting.
I
have a little bit of trouble with it because
There
this
you
is
go.
going to reduce our flexibility to make the 4 point. I think that's the biggest issue with it.
Good
now
play.
we are fairly...
Good play, Sander.
Yeah.
Look at this. Oh,
It's a
he might have
fan.
just lost his market here at this score.
Yeah, this looks like a pass now that we have the 4th point slotted in and 9th in the zone.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it a pass for money too? Must be getting close.
I think it might be a pass for money, actually. Yeah, I think so. I think it's a pass for money. But
right
it
on the
might...
borderline.
I'm not completely sure. Yeah, it looks...
Yeah.
With 200 pass at this score, it's probably close. That money game.
Book your room for the Backgammon World Championship and Monte Carlo Open. Limited rooms available and only 500 room nights, so hurry up and book now.
All right, first point on the board for Sander. Mochy
And
pointing.
another fantastic feature about this UBC final, this is the 2 past world champions playing. Mochy, the world champion from 2021, Sander, the world champion from 2022. It's such an epic duel, this UBC final.
Nothing to do but run here. Yeah, what a interesting storyline for Mochy to be, you know, UBC champ and world final or world champ 2 in the same year. Now Sander coming back with a shot at doing the same.
Yeah.
Hits and then splits with tempo. I don't think Mochy wants to provoke here. He can enter deep and bring 13 to 8, which looks great for distribution.
I mean, that's what catches my eye here. That's that stack on the midpoint. So this would be my play. But apparently the second play is also quite good, coming in on the 20 and stepping up. But
It
Mochy,
is unpleasant to just voluntarily be primed here like this, right? I don't think this is worth making the 5 point, though we can always think about it. I would have just run. Yeah, okay, but he makes an asset.
it's a small error actually from Sander there.
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
I think I might have made the same mistake as Sander did there, because making the
Better
11
board,
point
I
is
like
nice.
continuing and hitting again here with the 9th checker in the zone too. These are always tricky. Do we want to hit deep with the 5 or not? In the opening, we always play down with it. Unless it's at like pure gammon go, but here we have the 9th checker in the zone and a better board already. So I think
That's right.
Yeah.
We have the 9th checker. We're already unstacked on the midpoint, so we don't have that incentive to bring that builder down as much as we do in the usual opening reply. And I would have to count, but intuition tells me that it's more or less the same amount of shots that you leave either play.
Yeah, it probably should be pretty close.
It's
Okay, he goes for the structural play. Understandable.
Yeah, a small mistake again by Mochy, but difficult play. Difficult one to find.
Maybe allowing score to influence a little bit here with the lead. I'm not sure.
Could be, yes.
Yeah, 4-6 can hit in the outfield. That's a great shot for Mochy.
Great shot, yeah.
Sander going to be in this one for a long time with that 23-point anchor, though. Even a fan, I think, at the score, I think they're going to have trouble finding a cube.
I mean, unless it gets Gammonish, right? Because then Mochy can actually double aggressively. Look at this. Look at this, Nick.
Yeah.
This is a borderline double. Because even though Mochy is leading in the match, he's also 4 away, which means that if he can win a double Gammon, he wins the match. So in Gammonish positions, Mochy is actually going to be as, if not more, aggressive compared to Money Game. And Sander has to be a little bit careful taking the cube as well if it gets too gammonish. And I think here we're seeing a position with 66% winning chances for Mochi and 21.5% gammon chances. So it's just around the borderline.
I think everything you're saying applies perfectly at 4-away and 5-away, where we're as aggressive, if not a little bit more. But as soon as you get to 6-away, 4-away, 7-away, 4-away, you do have to start respecting the recube a little bit more.
Yeah.
And so maybe slightly slower, if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see with that elevated 21% gammon that it's still worth sending here. Nice find by Mochi.
Really nice find by Mochi. Yeah, the 4-away, 5-away is the funny one because you actually have to be a lot more aggressive in gammonish positions as the 4-away player, the leader. And 4-away, 6-away, it's just less. It's just less.
Yeah.
What is this? Double 4? 4-5.
4-5 according to the transcriber. Just hopping out and provoking seems reasonable to keep everything else in place. Everything else is destructive.
6-3, that's a good shot.
Oh, it links up. Okay.
Yeah. Full
Simple
freedom.
game for Mochi, as you would hope. Yep.
It's such a big advantage to have full freedom. Just neutralize all offense of the opponent.
Yeah. And SANDER has like about as well timed of a 23-point game as you can hope for. Plenty of time to start building this board. Not going to lose a lot of gammons when he doesn't get the shot anyway. So
Yeah.
this has worked out pretty well for him.
I mean, obviously it's a losing proposition having a deuce point game or 23-point anger holding game. But
Yeah.
all else being considered how this game was progressing, I don't think SANDER is unhappy sitting there on his anger waiting for a shot. It might even hit a shot here. 4 fly
Yeah, I
shots.
think leaving the indirects now seems like the right time with the Blotten board before the board gets stronger. So I like
Yeah.
Mochi's play there.
Nice play by
Reduce
Mochi.
contact now.
And now he has that flexibility needed to make the 4-point.
I don't think he can do it here though.
No, you don't want to leave a shot. Just bring 2
Yeah,
down.
it's
2 down
bad.
is nice. This is also a nice
Yeah.
play, right? Now he has 4 builders without breaking anything in his prime.
3-4, nice shot.
There it is. Mochi closes the gap, and that significantly decreases SANDER's contact value. It's going to be difficult for SANDER to win this one.
I'm surprised he doesn't want to understack 6-2 here. He's not worried about saving gammons. So I think a little bit better to have the better board.
I think so too. I think he might be slightly unconcentrated. Just by, you're in a completely losing position and not really anything you do matters all that much. Oh, there's this one, clearing early. It's interesting.
Well, double sixes get back in the game if you do that. So I think we need to keep a little bit of prime value in a position like this.
That's a good argument. You still want to block double sixes, and actually against the deuce point board, the trouble point is not the 8-point, the trouble point is the 7-point. So if there is any point you want to clear out of turn, it should be the 7-point, not the 8.
Okay, find something to try to build on the board a little bit. I like that. 4-2. Starting to get a little bit awkward. I think we just keep the prime again, though, right? Oh, we're actually supposed to.
Okay,
No.
this
Yeah, I would
is a
find the
tricky
9-3.
one. Yeah, I would
There
also
must
just
be enough
play.
shot levers.
I guess, I mean, clearing the 8-point here gives you an ultra flexible distribution, and this one is slightly awkward because you front load
Let's
with a spare
leave
check.
6-5 at least. Maybe double fives as well. Yeah, there's some problem rolls when we do it this play that I
And
think
the
we say-
timing element actually called for an aggressive play on the previous turn for Mochi because SANDER had a blot in his inner board. Now SANDER has that perfect 5-point board, so now Mochi can't make any bold plays anymore.
This is a tricky play, just for the exact same reasons you mentioned. We like to clear the bar point a lot of times and, well, not put a spare on it at least, but I think the distribution is just too nice here.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it is a close option in the ballpark.
Yeah. But this does look very good, the distribution for Mochi.
What does the 4 do here? Is there something better than taking off? I don't think so, yeah.
SANDER's
Weird
in
to
big
create
trouble.
a gap. Still shouldn't be many gammons here. If Mochi can close out here, he's still got a lot of work to do to get there, So it's kind of like this is the perfect timing of that 23-point game coming to life here. I think he just runs off it and saves the G here, right? Or can
Well,
he stay
but
in-
there's almost no
Oh, he
G
can still
in
try
it.
to win. Yeah,
There's
okay.
almost no G in it
Yeah.
anyway, so why
got
not
it.
just stay one more turn?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Mochi's going to show him why. So for sure we make the deuce point, right? Even though he can come in
Yes.
deeper.
And then the
I
other
think.
two aces are difficult. Very difficult.
Going to the ace to make sure he doesn't enter higher makes sense, but also the distribution just looks beautiful after you play 6 to 5 with 2, so I think that's findable, and you hope your opponent just enters on the 6.
Yeah, that's the best play. Apparently, it's playing 6 to 5 with 2 checkers.
Yeah, I don't see any shot levers from there either, right? It's like if it's a 0 position, as Michi would say, it's going to be hard to pass up. Well, for sure we would leave a shot after 6-4 if we continue on to the ace.
Yes, we have 6-4. So actually, any other variation will give us some poor rolls next time. So the only way we can get to a 0 position is to clear the 6 point. Yeah, that's the play, Mochi.
He still wins a backgammon 1 in 1,000 games from here, apparently.
That's a tall order.
It's overage here too, so he's not going to play for it.
Yeah.
Still leading the PR race too, going to grind down more decisions, closing the 5, seems strong here, or the ace, sorry. Make sure opponent enters high.
Yeah, this is almost a gin position for Mochi.
Yeah. And it's hard to make any checker play errors from here too, I think. You know, his distribution looks pretty like it plays itself. Clearing from the rear, I think, unless I'm crazy there. Yeah. Does leave 6-5, 6-4, 5-4 when SANDER stays out, but after that we're looking great.
If you clear the 4, now it's the same amount of numbers.
Yeah.
Now it's just 4-1, 5-1, and 6-1. So it's the same amount of numbers, so why not just clear from the rear?
Yeah,
We're
also
not
our
getting
opponent
any-
can roll a 4-1, 4-2, 4-3 and hang around.
Yes.
Which can't happen when we clear from the rear.
He could even roll a 4-5 and hang around as well, just breaking the
Yeah,
6
I
point.
suppose he would. Yeah, yeah.
He probably would, yeah.
Yeah.
Because if the gammon rates are so low anyway, so SANDER's gonna stick around if he rolls a 4.
I think Mochi will find this. But
Yeah.
he is, I mean, he's low on the clock here, so
Oh yes.
could be getting himself, ooh, there's the 4-1. Happy with his choice after that.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Now he
did
should
start
go
going for the gammons
yes,
now, I think
yes.
so. Yeah,
Good
yeah.
play, Mochi.
Yeah.
He did it instantly. And SANDER
Gets a
dances.
fan for it too.
Oh,
Wow,
the
wow.
gammon is. There's a bit of gammon in this.
Yeah. I had to study these after making a mistake like this in the WBIF finals.
Okay.
Where, like, it's hard to know. I'm so used to just thinking about no gammons when it's all the checkers, when there's no pips outside. But they start to go up when you get that many fans in a row, you know? So knowing where that point is and when to go for a threes play like that is important.
That would have been a catastrophe for SANDER if he had lost a gammon there, because he would have lost 2 points in this match.
Yeah.
As it stands, the PR close is still the PR race is still fairly close.
How good is your backgammon? Prove yourself by downloading the new Backgammon Galaxy app for free. Play against players from all over the world, get a Galaxy rating, and see how you rank among the stars. See you in the Backgammon Galaxy app.
Still going to have work to do to salvage the PR race, and definitely behind in the match too. So, I mean, really we're looking like most likely outcome is that we're at an even scoreline after that miserable first day start for Mochi. That's exciting stuff.
It looks like Mochi is doing the incredible comeback that he's known for.
I like the slot and response, and I think we win more gammons when we hit than if we make a point. So I think this decision seems nice too. Plus fights for the superior point. Ooh, what a response. It's going to split as well.
Yeah, Mochi's on fire.
Yeah. And this is the kind of game where he can end up in some weird cube decision kind of situations at 2 away. I think an anchor is a little too strong here, isn't it? With 3 back at the score and
I
everything.
think it's just what you gotta do.
You want to continue the offense after your opponent fans, but okay, he's going to make the blocking point.
Yeah.
SANDER really under-timed in his position.
Yeah, but I mean, at least he established some sort of counterplay here, SANDER. This is not that far from a 50-50 position.
Oh, this is tricky. I mean, 13 to 5 is an easy play to make, but I really want to park on the 11, and you can just play from the rear.
Yeah.
Let him play behind your anchor.
Yes,
I like
exactly.
that. Okay.
I didn't like that play from
This
Mochi. And he played it very fast as well. Oh, that's a good play, SANDER. Good play, SANDER.
That That's the natural play, but I was spending time convincing myself that I shouldn't make the bar point instead with the blot on the 24. Tricky one. What do we do here? We could... I don't want to continue to the 5, like 8 to 5 for distribution. So, but I mean, the ace anywhere else looks really bad. So maybe we can just come see the light on the 21. I don't know. We can slot. Okay, I wasn't looking for that play.
The computer play is to slot the 4 point. I mean, 8 to 6 is very natural, you know. Then it's just what about the last ace? Because we don't want to play 24 to 23, because then we step into the blitz range. Okay, that's
Of course we can.
Okay,
slot,
it's not
though.
that
Yeah,
bad.
we're just like ahead of the board and way down in the race anyway. I'm not sure why I wasn't thinking that way. Yeah. That's a neat one. This is a difficult play. Nothing looks very much fun.
Sander has a blitz formation here. He has 11 in the zone, and he gets to unstack. Good play, Sander. And there's a lot of tempo gain as well with the hitting play.
A little bit of duplication. Mochi gets to advance his anchor, I think.
So Mochi is
playing this.
Mochi's considering coming in.
Kind of position.
Yeah, but Mochi is considering coming in on the 24 point here, just to maximize contact and see if he can get that shot on that blot next time around.
Yeah, the 5s just all look so weak though. Like
yes, that's right. Playing 13 to 8 is weak because you strip the midpoint and you bring a builder to a spot where you already have a builder. And making the 20 point does look nice.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's probably like correct at all scores, but also the score can give us a little help finding this play here, because we just want to play a simple game, like just have that advanced anchor, never get primed or blitzed or anything like that, you know.
Yeah, but look at this. Mochi is, I think he's talking himself into coming in on the 24. I mean, it's not a terrible play, but it's a small error here for Mochi, and the PR race is very close now. Ooh, 6s for Sander. That's gotta be a powerful roll. 1-2.
Makes the bar, right?
Yeah. It makes the bar.
And now Mochi just with the outfield control, and I think this is another reason to regret our last play, is that we've played a checker down 13-8, which is going to make it harder to contain in the outfield now. We don't have anything to spread out on the 11 or something like this.
So, yeah, there is a little bit... It's more blitzy to make the 3 point here. And Sander does have a blitzy formation, but against Mochi's 21 point anchor, it's not a lot of blitz value he can squeeze out of this position. So it is better to just come down, make this 7 point, have a nice prime formation.
It's just a race is the plan, right?
Yeah.
I think
it's a much easier way to bring your checkers home and around after you make the 7 point here. If you make the 3 point, you have so many gaps. It's going to be difficult for Sander to bring his checkers home.
What are we hoping for in our follow-up other than like perfect numbers that make the 5 point or something, right?
Yeah.
Or running.
Well, or running, but even when you run, you still have all those gaps to deal with.
Very true. Yeah, I don't think that this makes a big enough improvement in the position.
Oh, that's actually a blunder from Sander. PR goes from 1.6 to 2.6 after that.
6-1 gets to make the bar. Nice shot for Mochi. Volunteers the ace. I don't think this is anything here, but he's going to think about it. Is he winning the game right now? It's not clear to me.
Yeah, that's not clear to me either.
Yeah. 6-4 doesn't do much. Yeah.
We didn't get to see the result of the cube analysis, but
what a shot
6s.
for Mochi.
Yeah, I can.
How do we play it? We want to get to the outfield, right? The 15 seems like part.
Look at this.
Oh, 5 prime.
Make it 5 prime. Sure. Yeah. It's a tremendous roll from Mochi. And Sander is in trouble now.
How does he get back in this position? Can he play to the deuce twice again?
Oh, that's so ugly if you just stack up checkers on the deuce point.
So if we don't, I mean, playing to... Oh, look at this. Mochi's going to have a cube decision after this. That's a hard one to find. Feels like there could be gammons here.
Yeah, it's going to be a double pass either way. Whatever. He does find the best one, cubeless. Yeah. The play with the highest cubeless equity.
This is hard not to just play on as Mochi, though.
Yeah, because it's such a narrow doubling window when there's gammons. When there are gammons in the position. Yeah.
I would have been impressed by a find there. Okay. Now he has... Oh, no, he's going to go for the gammon. Oh, the 6 prime. Yeah.
Oh, he misses it.
Look at this, because he hasn't sent the cube. Oh, wow.
Oh
That's
wow,
very
Sander hits
understandable.
back. Now Sander might have a take. It might not even be a double.
No, it's
That was
nothing now.
Was that an oversight from Mochy not making the 6 prime, or do you think he did it deliberately?
I think it's like a cube interaction thing. I think he did it deliberately, and if the cube sensed something like this, I don't know. I think I guess he's maybe not thinking about playing DMP, he's thinking about playing up, you know? And so I think that play wins more gammons, yeah.
I don't think it. I'm not sure it wins more gammons. I didn't get to see the percentages, but not making the 6 prime seems crazy. I think there was a chance that Mochy just made an an oversight. Simply didn't see the fact that he could make a 6 prime. He was probably just tuned in. If I roll an ace, I'm gonna hit.
That could be. That could be.
And I think if there ever was a time to use that expression of yours, Nick, to slime your way home, I think this is exactly what Sander is trying to do here.
Yeah.
That's the play, Sander. Pick and pass. It's ugly, but you gotta put him on the bar. You can't allow him to make a 6 prime, so you gotta put him on the bar. Okay. Mochy responds with a pretty strong roll here. And again, it's looking good for Mochy.
Looking likely to end up in the kind of game where there's just going to be a lot of wins for him too, and not so many gammons like before. Like again, threatening to send another blot back. I don't imagine sending the cube, but he's supposed to.
I was just about to say that this is a pass. This is a pass. So whether or not he doubles or not, I think this is a pass because the winning chances are just too high here. Mochy tries to win the undouble gammon, which is a classic thing to do at this score. But ooh, that's ugly, Mochy. You don't want to go impure here. Wow, that's a huge mistake.
Yeah, you can just leave the anchor.
Potential.
I don't think you will do this. You never want to, like, when you have the pure priming structure, you can't afford to turn it into an attack when it's such a weak attack too, right?
Yeah.
You just win every time when you keep your 5 prime here.
You gotta just keep your 5 prime. Don't play impure, Mochy. Yeah, here we get to see the cube action before this roll. Again, Mochy missed a cube here. It was a double and a pass. I mean, the reason it's not a play on is because the gammon rates are just too low. And the winning chances are so high that Sander actually has a pass. Another little decision here for Sander. If Sander hits loose, Mochy might have a too good to double. Because he would introduce gammons into the position.
Yeah. But the gammon, I'm not sure what the gammon rate's like how many won. The gammon value is very high on a centered cube here for white.
Yes, exactly. So I think if Sander were to hit loose with 7 to 5, perhaps Mochy would be correct in continuing just to roll for a gammon, just playing on too good to double. This play, for instance. But as we can see from the analysis, it would still be a double pass. So perhaps by making this play, you might induce a mistake from Mochy. Because I think Mochy's going to find the double here after Sander just makes the ace point.
Yeah, I think so too. If he leaves no blots around, I think he gets out of the game and makes it easy on Mochy. But I don't think Mochy finds the claim if he hits. I think he's playing on again.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. Good play by Sander, just taking it easy.
Yeah.
But Mochy is
still not going to claim.
This is
it's starting to cause something. Yeah, he can really escape out of this. Yeah.
Exactly. This one is not a free roll by any means because Sander could roll a 6-3 directly next time, or Sander could step up and then Mochy could roll something poor.
Yeah, just a 3 to get to the edge is pretty strong here.
Yes.
2-5. I think he maybe wants to come up and provoke and make sure the 9 point can't be a builder effectively. What do you think here?
He could kill his own 6s by playing 8 to 6. So cubeless, from a cubeless equity point of view, it would have been a little bit better to play 8 to 6. Okay, so Mochy, he has missed a series of cubes here so far, and the PR is now in favor of Sander. The PR point.
Before the game, I thought about mentioning that too. At 2 away, 6 away, I think the biggest cube, like it's hard for Sander to miss cubes, and Mochy will probably get a lot of easy takes. but it's really hard to navigate what to do when you have the lead at 2 away. And so a lot of blunder potential there.
That's
And
right.
he
That's
hasn't even made
exactly
a
what we're
blunder.
seeing.
He's just had like the same thing repeat roll after roll, which is just really unfortunate. Yeah.
Yes.
In a match winning chances sense, you know, of course he's not giving up much, but in this PR competition, it's very costly.
There might be this thing from Mochy that he's trying to chase decisions. You know, he doesn't want to double if he has a free roll because he wants more decisions. And maybe that's biasing, putting a bias in his mind here to keep rolling. But this is not a free roll. Sander has a joker. Sander can liberate himself with a
Very well
with a
could be.
joker here. And the key is that gammon rates are so low for Mochy because Sander has almost all of his checkers inside his home board. Good find for Mochy. Finally he doubled.
Does Sander know that this is a trivial pass? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's
1 away, 6 away Crawford.
yes. So Sander's in the lead in the PR point department, but it's still rather close. One blunder could swing it.
New board, Primal, limited edition, only 10 boards made. Order now.
Small break there, and yeah, Mochi's got work to do to catch this back up. Gammon's counts at the score.
Nice
Finds the
play by
slot.
Sander. Yeah. This one, let's see if Mochy knows this one. Double
Do you
aces.
know this one? Yeah.
I mean, the standard play is to make 2 points with double aces after your opponent's slots. But I think, yeah, this is a great play by Mochy. I think it's the match score switches into hitting. It's just so that you remove that offensive threat from your opponent.
Huge return for Sander.
Huge roll, yeah, double fours.
5-3 can work on distribution. Mochi just dying to anchor up and survive this game without giving up 2 points. This has to go for a blitz for that reason, I think.
I
with the
think so,
19th
at this
zone and the
score
better board and
especially.
everything.
Yeah. I think it might even be correct for money. Ooh!
Oh, and a fan. Okay. Hard to grind your PR back down too when you're on the roof here, and hard to make too big of mistakes in a blitzing game like this too. So we could see Sander kind of locking up the PR race in this game.
Good play, Sander.
Yeah.
Mochy's coming in with both. That's pretty big.
Yeah, for wins, and Gammon saves. Sander just needs to continue the blitz and get in range. Yep. So it looks very natural.
Mochy survives.
And oh, that's huge. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
going to get decisions now too, which will help out quite a bit. So big roll for him. Should save most of the gammons that way too. Does not have timing for the 23-point game though. So he's going to need to figure something out from here.
Oh, wait, Sander. This is not the right idea.
Oh, he can cover the 4. He
You can
almost
cover,
missed it.
yeah, and then you got to make some anchor here. Come up with 2 from the rear, or
Oh,
with
the
1.
13
and
to
then
10 with
come-
it is hard
yeah,
to find. How
It's
do you
hard
find
to
this?
find. I think the first 3 are not as hard. You cover,
Yeah.
that's 2, and then you make the anchor.
Oh, the 6 to 3 switch. Yeah. Only you, he says. I might find even 21 to 18 here just to provoke maximum contact here. Do we open up to some attacking rolls for sure, but
Yes.
I don't want to
mean,
give up the 24 to 21, you know?
It's true that that opening up, going to the 18 point, is kind of a gammon go, like a tempting or distraction play, where you're kind of forcing the action. But it just seems a little bit like an overplay with so many stacks from Mochy.
I actually like the 21 to 15 with it. It's not too far off to come out to the 18, but that seems like it sees the most of the board the more I look at it. And it doesn't risk being blitzed on the 21 that way either, you know?
Yeah, that's right. And it's as we can see here, it's a close play. That does make sense. That play, you're putting your blood behind the stacks, so that Mochy can't unstack efficiently.
Oh,
Wow.
He's going to look at this play too. This is just so unintuitive to
it
like
makes
disconnect
sense.
their back checkers.
Wow, good play, Sander. Such a good play. Really, really good play.
3-1.
He
no
gets the
decision.
builders to the 7 point and the outfield coverage.
Yeah, true. 6-5 remakes. That's a nice shot. Yeah.
That's a really nice shot.
Mochi getting a little bit of life in this game though. I think we just start the point behind. Yeah, from the 8. We can't afford to be leaving 5 shots against a 4-point board when gammons are so costly.
That's right.
And Sander has so little room in his position that it's just definitely helping too much to do that. Yeah, I think the midpoint just goes here. I don't see what else we have. Find some reason to leave a blot on the midpoint again? I don't know.
And Mochi's
Looks
going
like
to
it starts
stay on
the
his
next
anger.
point.
You're
Yeah.
definitely not leaving your anger.
Yeah. 6-2.
But
Okay,
for
Sander really
Sander,
getting
though-
challenged for time here. Yeah. I don't see us running off the anchor yet. That board's pretty scary, but
Look at the
he's going to be
slotting play.
forced to pretty soon.
The slotting play
Oh,
was
there's a
actually the
slotting
best one. Yeah, the slotting play was
Wow.
actually the best one, 9-3. Because Mochi can't hit effectively. He's gonna hit with an ace, but he's still gonna be stuck with both checkers in Sander's home board. And Mochi had a weaker board and a blot in his home board. Now Sander has a little bit of an awkward front position. It's gonna be difficult to improve it.
Oh, he hits naturally. Okay, okay.
That's a big roll.
Well, the 23-point game could be timed now, but he was threatening to pull into the lead. Mochi was. 4-6 fans, okay. Some Gammon's at risk now too when he closes the 3-point. 6-5, perfect. Double twos play pretty nice. Otherwise, Mochi's not really going to enjoy entering that much either. I don't think that's a reason to stay back for contact, but maybe. Yeah, okay, okay. This is the furthest he can get. No 2 up. Yeah, and Gammons are building quickly as he stays on the roof here.
Definitely. We're up to 43% here.
Mm-hmm. We're in that.
Crucial entry from Mochi. Gammon's just dropped to 24%, so that was a crucial entry.
Has time to get his board ready for contact too. Sander finds the opportunity with blot and board to clear the 8. Nice
Yeah,
play.
exactly. Nice play, Sander. Really nice play. Exploiting the weakness in Mochi's home board. Okay, Sander has to get lucky here to win a Gammon, but we do have 29% probability of that
There's a little
happening.
luck.
Yeah.
So I think he should take the crossover now for that reason. Has to start to think about it, yeah.
Every crossover and every pip matters for Mochi here.
Yeah. Sort of the way that Sander was playing the 23-point game last time is how Mochi should play it here.
Yeah. 1, 2,
so for
okay.
that, yeah.
So he wastes 2
Crossovers
pitch,
make the
but
5-point.
yeah, but it was still a good roll. Ooh, one of the worst. Unless it get missed, then it's the best. And it does get missed, so that was the best sequence for Sander here.
Do you have favorite to win a Gammon yet? Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
58%.
No aggressive plays for
55%.
it though. Gonna have to respect that 5-point board for sure.
Yeah,
Or
probably
when we're
right.
gonna spend all the pips outside. 6-3.
Yeah. Good play, Sander.
Yeah. Too many shots if we peel there. 3-2
Yes.
gets the crossover in. I think it's worth wasting the pip to just come in and keep the anchor for another roll. But he must be thinking about 23-20 with it.
Yeah, I mean, I would be tempted to make that move, to be honest, but I guess there's an advantage to keeping the anchor. And there we see it. Yeah, there we see it.
To his force, he's going to choose his best 3 from the back. Cleans up most often.
Oh, I think
Interesting.
the
That's tough.
Gammons here now, the Gammons are coming into play because you want to peel off. It might get you off in a 1 full roll more, depending on what the upcoming rolls will be. So, good play, Sander.
Might not clean up afterward the other way all that often either.
Yeah, that's thereby the risk. Okay.
5-2 misses.
Yeah. So Mochi
Cleans up.
really needs to hit here to save that Gammon. Oh, Mochi misses. I think Sander's a pretty big favorite here, 87%. Mochi needs a big double. He might even need 2. Double 2 doesn't cut it. I think this is going to be a Gammon.
Well, we're going to maximize sets. We can get 5s by coming all the way to here. I think that's
Yeah.
probably the best we can do, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the best we can do. Get 5s and 6s. And he does get the chance to roll a double 5 or double 6. Mochi, you need the double 5 to roll. Save the Gammon. It's a
he's gonna-
Gammon. Okay, Sander is back in this match. So 4 away, 1 away,
Basically
post
DMP.
call for it.
Two
Oh no,
way,
the
one way.
no, the
Oh,
cube
you're
is
right,
in the
right.
middle.
4-way, 1-way.
The
Yeah,
cube
yeah,
is
yeah.
in the middle. But 4 away
Postcroft.
Join the UBC 2023 Contender Tournament and the Istavder Tournament.
Yeah, this is huge. Could be over in one game. But Mochy has the free drop, which it looks like he'll be using after this opening.
He will, yes.
Yep.
He will.
6-3 split, so SANDER with an advantage. He'll resign and just play. Start over with his 50-50 chances. Here it comes.
Yeah. So there are occasions where you take, even though you're an underdog, to preserve your free drop for later, but this is just too much. Here Mochy is a 54% underdog, so that's much better just to pass it, reset the position, and be 3
PR
away.
ace in range, but still needs help from SANDER here too.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the Galaxy newsletter and get tournament info, product news, special discounts, community updates, free content, and much more.
Guys, go back on YouTube and take out your phone and take a photo of this QR code, because you gotta subscribe to the Galaxy newsletter.
I was hoping that today's show would be very easy for me, but you know, of course.
Are you ready? Ah, yes.
Backgammon gods, they don't think like this, you know.
So Mochy is down to 1 minute and 37 seconds on the clock.
We'll see if SANDER employs the trick here or not too. Should hit loose on the ace here, I think, even at this score.
Yeah, Mochy should just do the regular opening reply here, which is to hit loose on the ace. SANDER's gonna double, and now Mochy has a free take.
He's gonna miss the free cube decisions too,
Yeah.
which is huge for PR.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the 6 hit seems automatic. What are we thinking about? Oh, transcriber needs to catch up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
I think he forgot that.
Look at the cube then.
I feel like too much, you know, too fatty.
I think they're talking about the dinner they had yesterday.
Roll the dice. Cube tail.
Strong roll by Mochy, really strong roll. Now it's a bit of an uphill battle for SANDER. Also a strong roll, double 2.
I think we go for offense here, right?
I think so. I wouldn't even consider anything else.
Yeah, with the block behind and so much to clean up, it seems pretty nice to just stay back on the 23.
It does, and SANDER's playing at a Gammon Go score here, which is what we call it. When you're chasing a Gammon to win the match.
Mm-hmm. Oh, beautiful shot from Mochy.
Mochy is rolling really well. The only weakness Mochy has in this position is the blood on his ace point.
Yeah. Which is on the 23.5 now, so a little bit better. Oh, SANDER fixes that, okay. I mean, what else is there but down? Really? We're supposed to hit twice? Wow.
It's Gammon Go.
I can't imagine giving up the 8.
It's Gammon Go. So you're really chasing that Gammon. But it does seem like a huge overplay to hit on the deuce point. But, I mean, can you find this play? Wow! Another incredible find by SANDER. But Mochy just strikes back. Mochy is
now we just break
rolling.
contact. I think it's just freedom at this kind of score. Just continue on. I think no need to try to close out and unblock the anchor, all these things. We just want to get around and sit on our prime. This looks too stacky.
Yeah. I wonder if Mochy is a little bit scared of running off of the 20-point anchor, because he is playing Gammon save here. He doesn't want to lose a Gammon. But what better opportunity do you get than rolling a... this is a little bit... Yeah, I think it's too stacky as well, Nick. I didn't like that play.
Yeah. Looks like it wins more Gammons. Could be a good play at normal scores. Hard to figure out, but
yeah, but not at
like
this
really,
score.
we don't even want another checker to send back here. So he's got an interesting decision there. Yeah, just making the point is much better.
This is also...
I like that.
I mean, I think he's gonna make the hitting play here, because it's difficult to find the 4-point. Oh, look
I feel like
this
he
one?
should be able to see at this score, though, that it's like it's not going to win him any more games to send a 5th checker back. He just needs to consolidate what he's got, you know? And
But
so it just feels like an overdoing it, yeah.
Okay, he finds the third play here, but I mean, I guess there's also an argument that the more checkers you send back, the less likely it is you will lose a gammon. Oh, look at this.
Okay. That's a way to think about it.
Four,
More
three.
often you win, the less likely you are to lose a gammon.
That's also true.
Oh, I always. So yeah. Oh, he's gonna cover. What? Really?
Oh,
How do we not
okay.
make the anchor at the edge
Yes,
here?
I
Just
thought it was an
freezes all these checkers.
automatic play to make the anchor, but now that I see it, it does make good sense. Good play again by Sander. Okay, Sander is playing phenomenally well in this match number 7.
Gets a fan out of it. Okay, maybe that's the whole point.
And then he
Gets to
gets
hit
to
two
pick.
now,
Yeah,
too?
exactly.
Wow.
Because look at all the blots. That's why you should make the inner board on the 9 fans, and that's exactly what we saw from Mochy. Sander has a chance of winning a gammon in this game. Wow, what an exciting game this is. Mochy must survive. Oh, he gets the huge 5 here. Huge 5. The gammon is not completely out yet, but that was a big 5.
All right, now Sander running into a lot of timing trouble. I think just down with it. We're all in on the offense, right?
Yes, I mean, and you didn't
Need to
roll
buy
a 2 or
time.
3.
Oh, huge shot from Mochy. Now hitting seems worth it.
Definitely. Sander needs to improve his back checker configuration.
Yeah. Oh, he does.
Because he does. He can make the 24 and step up.
Yep.
I don't
looks
see
beautiful.
any other place. Yeah.
Looks like a very efficient use of his checkers. Mochy going to be dying to hit off the edge here, I think.
Ooh,
even
double
for whatever risk it
sixes.
costs. So that gets there. I think it's worth going for, too.
And I mean, if Sander could establish the 21 point, Mochy's 4 point, that
Wow.
is. He actually has
surprised.
some timing. He
Oh,
might
this
have timing to
find.
play a.
Good find. Good find. Okay, okay.
Oh yeah, good find by Mochy. Oh, that's a horrible timing roll for Sander here.
Yeah, he's
Look-
already
Look how he plays it.
dramatically undertimed. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
it's
like that.
actually slightly better your slot. That's the right idea. You want to play a back game now. Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
the idea of hitting is that you're forcing your opponent to hit off the bar with many of his rolls, and you want to get hit for timing purposes.
Yeah, there's no back game here, though.
Yes, there is. There is, I think, because you can. It's a mid-range back game. If you establish the 21 point, and he can liberate some of the other back checkers behind it, he might play a. He might get the timing to play a 2-4 back game or something like this. This
You're
is
an
the
optimistic
play.
dude.
Wow! Look at Sander. Look how he plays. He plays amazingly.
I think we're just trying to go forward after this play.
Now
I
we
don't-
are.
I mean,
Now we're trying to go forward. Definitely.
Yeah.
So then you split the back checker so you can get freedom here next
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Mhm,
This is a forward game now. Now it's not a back game anymore. Pretty good shot from Mochy.
Yeah, I can just top up.
Yeah.
Don't need to give up any structure with a nice prime in front of 5 checkers. 4-1 keeps the attack on for Sander. I think he's got to try to hit now. Just forward again. Yeah.
He's got to try to hit. But the real battle for Sander here, wow,
Oh,
is
beautiful shot from Mochy.
is to avoid crunching. So he needs to anchor up somehow and liberate back checkers so he doesn't crunch. That's the real
Yeah, I mean,
battle.
really, his best game is probably just a 21-point holding game here. So 6 is coming out for sure.
Yeah.
If he
Timing.
can establish the 16, not too bad.
The timing looks very bad for Sander here. That's the problem.
Hmm.
But yeah, the first step for Sander is to establish the 16. He doesn't do so, but I guess he does the second
The
best
strong
thing.
second place. He just needs to get all the checkers to the edge there and start the next point, right?
Yeah.
Oh, 16 to 12 doesn't waste any pips. Okay, yeah, yeah. I like that. 5-2 is just gonna zoom past. Who cares? 17 to 12 and 8 to 6. And Sander just needs to keep rolling perfect to escape. 1-6 is one of those. I think he's got to come out.
I
don't
think
he
so
has time
too.
for anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't have time to play a
23 to
back game here.
16.
Exactly. That's the only move, Sander. You don't have timing to play a back game. So you need to go for mobility. I think he's gonna find this play. Oh no. That's a blunder, Sander.
if we weren't going to run, what's the best we can do with it? Maybe just like splitting and not coming out is better than not splitting.
Yes, you're right. So at
Yeah.
least he's looking at the right ace here.
Yeah.
And I think after you split here, now you can see that the best 6 is just to jump out. Yeah, nice play. Good play, Sander. He's down to 2 minutes on the clock, and Mochi has 44 seconds left.
And again, I don't think Mochi's really worried about mobility or anything like this. I think he should just play quiet, but misses a small thing there. Yeah. It's actually, it seems like the DMP play was to hit, but because he loses a few more gammons when he brings contact. Shouldn't go for it. Interesting.
Sander could win a forward game here, but he needs to come out and establish that. Oh, that's a good roll, actually. I think you should just
23.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess he could make the 22 as well. That actually I didn't see
Yeah,
that at first,
but the 21-point anchor is just a better anchor. In all the variations where they get an anchor, an anchor game going, the 24-point is better. Good roll from Mochi.
Beautiful shot again. Just gonna hop out.
But Sander's up to 29% winning chances here. That's not a good roll.
It links up on the 12 at least. That's not bad for time.
Oh, yeah, that's actually true. I missed that one. I missed that one.
So I think he'll do that, and then the ace, I don't really see a compelling option to go anyway, so probably just 7 to 6.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that. Yeah.
And 12 to 7 is actually a close second. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I mean, making the 16 point would be nice, and it's probably most provocative, right?
That's true. It does provoke a lot of contact, keeping that blot there on the 16 point. Yeah, Sander's clock is ticking here. I guess that's what Sander's contemplating here, whether that blot on the 16 point.
Well, there's an argument to be made 22 to 21 after the 16 to 12 as well. No shortage of options.
I think it's better to keep it on 22 because then you have flexibility of making the 16 point. Then it's not just 5s, it's also the 6s. A 5 and a 6.
So if you roll a 5-6 next roll, you're making the 16?
I mean, I just meant like you could jump out with 2 different numbers, not just one number. Okay,
so
look,
if you roll
Sander.
Just a 5, you're going to leave the anchor? Like, I'm not sure.
Yeah, to go for the 16 point. I think so.
This, I think, hitting and continuing looks worth it now to make sure that we don't have the 16. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good, and it's valuable for Mochi to send that 5th checker back because it hurts Sander's timing. Okay. Okay, he can choose here.
To make it.
Why not just make the 20? I'm surprised that making the 23 point is actually better.
Yeah, same. It just seems like our timing's clear. Oh, because we can hop out with the 6 when we do that. We're at the edge, and so we have timing to run with too.
We could hop out with the 6 and preserve a back game, you mean?
Yeah.
That's a weird play.
Oh, he stays furthest back. Okay. So
That's a weird
this
play.
is a little too weak for the disconnection of them, and obviously hurts our timing even more by not spending the pips on that side of the board.
But I would have just made the 22 point anchor there in a heartbeat.
Could be his plan is just to play an ace point game.
Yeah.
6-4 is a beautiful shot. Anything that comes out with a 6 is pretty strong here.
Yes.
Wow, I might have actually just continued here to avoid spending more pips in our front position.
Yeah, it's close. I guess it does give us some valuable contact to have that blot there.
Interesting. I don't know what's better about. Oh yeah, we can clear a point of contact by playing 10 to 7 instead of 7 to 8.
And Mochi's time bank is
That's
ticking.
hard to find.
Hard to find, but small inaccuracy for Mochi. And I mean, so far Sander has preserved his timing. He hasn't crunched yet.
Yeah.
So far he's doing okay. But it doesn't look too good. Ooh, is that a...
6-4 is a shot.
That is a double shot.
1-6 available.
It's a double shot.
Oh yeah.
What an awkward roll. Terrible roll from Mochi. Wow, okay, good find, Mochi. Look at this.
Keep the prime intact. Yeah, that's a difficult find as well.
Oh, and Sander gets shaken, nervous here. Double 5. He misses the double shot.
Playing the 24-point game.
That's right, you called it, Nick.
Yeah. I don't think he wants to stay back, does he? Oh, 21 to 16 is very interesting. There must be covering
Yes,
rolls where he's gonna get. Okay, okay.
that's right. You wanna keep that point of contact there, so Mochi doesn't have complete freedom to just play the checkers from his 10 point.
10 to 5 is a ways off, though. I mean, not enough mobility there. Next roll, that's where you're going to want to spend your pips from, and you might not get the chance. So he's just going to slot the ace instead. Though. Okay.
Yeah,
There's a miss and some hope in the PR race for Mochi.
the problem is that you still have 3 men behind the prime. That's the problem. So you're gonna end up crunching Sander.
And here I think we just ignore the blot. We cover the deuce. We
Yeah,
can
1,
advance
2.
10 to 9 with 2. Why not? Yeah, I mean, distribution looks so good. I guess 8 to 6 looks pretty good as well, but
Yes.
I feel like consolidating the prime feels pretty strong, yeah.
Yeah, that was 2 good alternatives. Yeah, and it
Oh,
ended
wow.
up exactly like you called it, Nick. Sander's gonna play an ace point game.
Oh, he's supposed to play 24 to 22 with that? He doesn't have timing for the ace point game is the issue.
Wow. Yes, and
Yeah.
he doesn't care about losing a gammon.
Yeah, very
So-
interesting.
Super interesting.
It's a
I
tough
wonder
one
if
to
it. He shouldn't do it with a 3, I guess. So it's more the deuces that Sander can make the minor split and induce some contact. But he's looking at it, I think. He's down to
Perfect
28
5.4 too.
seconds. He doesn't have much time left now, Sander.
And it's not the right time anymore. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so he stays on it. Yeah.
Good play. Oof, that's a
2-1 is a
powerful
beautiful
roll.
shot for Mochi.
Yeah.
Must be a lot of shot levers, but you just have to make the 4 point. So, yeah.
Sander's in
One
trouble
step away
here.
from cracking. Yep.
Double fives. Another
No
great
6
shot.
up. Beautiful shot for Mochi. Oh, can he? Well, yeah, I think it'd be too stacky to play into the deuce.
Yeah.
Okay. But it'd be
Yeah,
nice to
yeah.
clear the bar point.
It would be
So
nice,
there's
but
some like difficult contact here, though. A lot of shot levers for sure.
6-1 isn't one of
6-1
them.
is not one of them. Nope. And he looks to have waited long enough to crack Sander's board some here, too.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's
big
the
improvement
first.
for Mochi.
First little crack. Ooh, aces are such a powerful roll here.
Yeah, 6 to 5 with the last one.
Yeah, getting ready to clear
Okay.
from the rear.
So Mochi quite likely to get the match win here and even that out a little further, but it looks like Sander will hang on to the PR point, taking him to an 8-6 scoreline.
Yeah, if that's the result,
This-
yeah, I think it looks like it. Can Mochi catch up in the PR with decisions here? No, it's gonna be almost
It
impossible.
doesn't look like he has enough, but you never know.
Yeah.
How much is it grinding down here? 0.02 for each one?
No,
Yeah,
and
that's a long
Sander
way.
has some moves as well. This is I'm not even sure if they count as decisions because it does look something that's very close to Jin.
Yeah, I think they're counting.
Are they checking to see if it's a Jin position?
No, he just bear offs are fast.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be a 1-1. Mochi's gonna win the match, and Sander is gonna take another PR point, playing at a 1.86.
Did Sander just roll that with his hand? We're calling this legal? Okay. No. Sweet. Is it Jin yet? It's still not Jin.
Mochi is telling Sander to continue.
All right, there you have it.
No idea how. I actually liked my PR for like a long time. And then it got so complicated.
Wow, they're not too sure who's won the PR point either
No,
here. They're
this
about
was
to
a-
get that feedback.
Complicated match.
Oh, Sander's got a second beer on the table too. I didn't notice that he was keeping up with it.
Yeah, look at this. Very powerful
Hangs on to the
PRs.
PR point. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the final stuff we were expecting.
So what an incredible match that was. Both players playing at a super world-class level. It was complicated. We had some great games. We had some match score, some gammon go from Sander. He was chasing that gammon at the end, and he actually had a little chance of winning the match. What did you think
Right.
about the match, Nick?
Yeah, it was amazing. It was he found the beer superpower thing, right, to bring him back into the game. It didn't seem like it was going to work at first, but it got the job done. Got the first point on the board for the day.
Yeah, I think we might have Sander breaking that streak of poor matches, and we might have the good old Sander back after
Yeah.
this one, I'm really impressed how Sander played this match because it was not an easy match. It was a complicated match, and he still managed to play a 1.8 or
Right.
1.86 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So pretty impressive stuff. Mochi playing well as well in the low
Yeah.
twos.
Yeah. Both looking in their top form. I can't remember what the big decision that Mochi missed was that like cost the match pretty much now, but
It was the series of missed cubes.
yeah, that was a big piece of it too. He made some sort of, I think he made the first checker blunder too, if any. But I can't quite remember that either. Um, yeah, but I mean, in general, just really sharp stuff from them both, and not changing a lot in the full outcome here. So still about 60% for Sander to win outright, and like this 20-20 split for the rest.
I
Changing a
mean,
little bit now, but still anyone's game, right?
I think any 1-1 draw here is good for Sander being up. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
it's got to
It was
be
less than I thought. It gained him like
okay.
2% more like winning outright chances.
Okay,
And
not more
like it
than that.
only swung it by that, and still about 20% of the time they tie. So yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
interesting.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
the excitement is still on, at least. That's super exciting, this UBC final.
Right, right.
I can't wait for tomorrow. But
Yeah.
before we go, remember to stay tuned for Grandmaster Michi's Grandmaster analysis of the UBC final, like we've done it so far. And it's always a lot of fun and,
Yeah.
and insightful. Also, I want to thank our sponsors, Backgammon Galaxy and FM Gammon. As usual, our partners in Istanbul. Shout out to the new Backgammon Galaxy app. Shout out to the new upcoming masterclass book. And of course, I hope to see you all for the UBC Contender Tournament in Istanbul and for the World Championship in Monte Carlo next year, late July. So, words to you, Nick.
Yeah, I've been picking up subscribers on YouTube since this all started. So thanks so much, you
Nice.
guys, for stopping by the channel. Always need that input to make the videos better and everything. And lots of position analysis, interviews. There's a whole series of play and explain videos that you can catch up on. Lots of good stuff over there at Nick Blazier on YouTube. And my book's out too. I think if you want these like quick intuitive feels for what's going on at scores that I'm sharing in commentary, I lay that all out, and hopefully you can build that your own by going through that book too. So find that on Amazon now. Yeah, thanks, Mark.
Good. Well, guys, we see you tomorrow for the match number 8. The score is now 8-6 to Sander, so it's super exciting. And I will leave you all to see the Grandmaster analysis from Grandmaster Michi. See you tomorrow, guys.
See you tomorrow.
Hello guys, are you ready to roll the dice? Now we have the UBC Grandmaster analysis by Michihito Kageyama. I picked up one position from today's match. The score is 5-1 for white. That means white is 2 away. And black is 6 away. The cube is in the middle. White roll 2-1. How do you play this dice? Obviously, white has 2 good options. One is making the 4 point and complete a full prime. Another is hitting on the 12 point. Which do you prefer? Over the board, Mochi chose to hit on the 12 point and put the checker on the 10 point to extend the prime. However, this play gives the opponent many counterplay. Let's check the resulting position. Black's checker is on the board. Now, black has 4-6, 4-3. They are tremendous joker. Plus, 4-1 is also fine. Black comes in with a 1 and he loses on the 1 point. With the same reason, double 1 is also fine. Black can point in on the 1 point. So black has some counterplay after white hits. On the contrary, what's going to happen after making the 4 point? Now, white complete a full prime. So to counter the opponent prime, what we can do is make our own prime. Unfortunately, black's position is so bad that black has no chance to make a prime. That means black has no counterplay.
white is guaranteed to win the game. That makes huge difference. That's why making the 4-point is superior by 130. I also checked in the money game. Let's say the cube is turned. So even in money game, still making the 4-point is superior. I think generally extending prime is superior rather than hidden. I'm gonna say like 80%. So if you are not sure which do you choose, I recommend you to choose extending prime. Do you like it? Did you get it? Okay, see you tomorrow, guys. Hello, everybody. This book summarizes opening concept in 21 proverbs. Once you memorize them and use them over the board, you'll become an expert in backgammon.